So much has been said about margin mixes. The latest one that's on the market is the Maruku margin mix. Been using it now for quite some time with a fair bit of success. I've caught one or two carp on it. Fortunate enough to have had 14 match wins using it. So today I'm going to show you how we mix it up. So simple, it's unbelievable. Just add water to your mixing bowl. Get your margin mix. Tip it in. That's all you're doing, tip it in, mix it together, that's now finished. The unique thing about this margin mix is you're mixing it so it's like water. It goes in like water, but all of the goodness is in there. On top of that, just to spruce it up a little bit, get yourself one of your favourite aminos. Not many people will do this. Add that to the water as well. Today I'm using the chocolate one. They're all very good, but that's my favourite at the moment. So you mix your margin mix up, there you go, that's finished. Right, so the margin mix is now mixed up. Really simple stuff now. Cupping kit, tip some into your cupping kit, add a few maggots, add a few micro pellets, then go over to where you intend to fish. Today we're going to fish down the edge. Bit cold last night, it was 2.5 degrees, so won't put too much in. So we're going to cup the margin mix in so that it's like soup. That way there's nothing really there for the fish to eat, but all we're getting is the attractants. And as you can see, there's a big cloud gone into the water. Now with that cloud, we're hoping that the fish are now looking for some food. And we're going to fish through the cloud. So our bait's going to be, again, very simple, double maggot. The difference that we're going to do, we're going to add the amino spray to the maggot. Again, bit tight, spray the maggot in the ground bait bowl so the residue goes into your ground bait, ready for when you go back in. Fold together. Ship out, gently lower the maggots in, nice and gently, straight into the cloud, and now we'll wait and see what happens. Not expecting miracles straight away, but we've just had an indication on the way down, so it shows that they're in the cloud straight away. Straight away, carp on. And all we've done is fed a little bit of margin mix in a slop. Always use the light elastics. Quite a nice fish as well. Don't have to rush it.
Everything's in a shot.
My favourite elastic is the Hydro elastic, simply that if you do get a big fish on it, it's manageable. If you get a smaller fish on it, it handles that perfect as well. Don't have to rush it because it's likely to be a 3 or 4 pound fish. One of the other things that the amino range brings in, it tends to bring in bigger fish. Don't rush it, don't chase the fish, let the fish come to you, and there you go, you've got a nice 5 pound carp straight away. I'd be well happy with that in a match. And up the fish. How's that first put in over the margin mix? What a lovely fish. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put him in there. We're going to keep the cameras rolling without any edits. We'll see what happens. So we're going to go back in again. Same margin mix, maggots, a few micro pellets on top, and we're going to feed it again, and we're going to see if that was a fluke. Straight away down, all cloud. Remember, last night was 2.5 degrees here, so I'm not expecting miracles. Double maggot back on the hook. Couple of okay, straight back into where we've just cupped in. Not expecting miracles here, but oh, we're back in again, and this is all uncut. We're not going to edit any of this video, so that you can see that as it is as it is. Nice little common. Always remember, when letting your fish go in the net, always drop it back in with the landing net. So, just to recap, all you need for a fantastic day's fishing, some of the Maruku margin mix. Absolutely amazing stuff. Mix it up so that it's like a slop. So it really is like a slop. Make sure that you add a little bit of one of their amino products. Again, I think it boosts it. The humble red maggot, absolutely perfect maggot. Go again. So the weather's deteriorated, it's got colder and colder, so we've decided to come inside to give you some of the insight to how I approach my margin fishing with bits of tackle and the baits I use. So what we'll do, we'll start off with the pole I use. I'm a great fan of Garbolino products, never let me down, caught thousands of pounds of carp, so my pole itself is just a Garbolino pole. Moving on to the elastic side of it and the tackle side of it, for me every single time is hydroelastic. I've used it on the feature today and I've had fish to 5-6 pounds with no issues whatsoever. Line, always Sealstar, old fashioned but again totally reliable line. Floats, Scone Zone floats, brilliant floats. They're the three patterns I use for the margins. Today I've been using the Samurai. It's got a longer bristle, so you're able to lift and drop the bristle all of the time. Amazing floats, amazing value. And then the business end is, in the warmer weather, always Drennan Carp margins, but as it starts to get chillier, the old famous B911 by Camasan. Again, a brilliant all-round hook that will never ever let you down. So we'll come over now to my baits for the day. I use the Maruku margin mix. It's in a focus range. Commercially, it's probably the best margin ground bait I've ever used. It's so good. It's versatile. Don't have to just use it for margins, but it's versatile. It's a brilliant value for money bait. Then we'll come over to what we're going to use on the hook. And again, the old fashioned maggots. Amazing bait. No carp will resist it. I always, when I do my maggots, clean it off, and I use Atomic Cloud on my maggots. Lots and lots of people use this, it's no big secret, but you just clean the maggots off, put the Atomic Cloud on, and then again it just gives the maggots that extra bit of appeal to the fish, which is what I believe. Then we come over now to the real gem in here, and at the moment I'm using the amino range, and I'm using the chocolate at the moment, Choco Cream. There's a range of 6. I've got 5 here. I've got Umami, the 1, Scopex, Choco Cream and Coconut. Now I carry one of each of those simply because on the day you'll never know what's going. It may be one of those days that you've tried everything, nothing's worked, you put on the coconut or the whatever and it goes under. That's all you need to do. So we'll go now on to some of our top tips. When I'm fishing maggots, I always try and get the best product available. For me, the maggots I always use, and I'll go out of my way to get them, are from Chiltern Bait and Tackle at Desborough. It's about an hour and a half away from me, but for me it's worth it to get the best maggots. So if we're going to go fishing maggot, we don't want to get there, spray this and waste this on our hands. Just have a little container, tip some in, dip the hook bait in, and then you've got your maggot. As a change, sometimes when things are not going absolutely right, the JPZ. JPZ's, again, it's a product from Maruku. I carry it with me, lasts forever, and just when things are going wrong and I want a little bit of a change, I just stick one on, but I always dip it. And I don't know what's actually in the JPZ, but as soon as you dip it in the aminos, whatever one, you'll get a few fish, and it changes it again. And again, it's just a change bait, and as we all know with fishing, that always happens. And the same with the banded pellet. You might be fishing down there, you've fed a few micros, and then you just put the banded pellet on, dip it in the aminos, and then you've changed your banded pellet. So I'll just go over it again. Remember, when you're mixing, so important, you use your water with my favourite piece of tackle from Preston, your water bucket, put that in, then add, as I say, add 20 ml of amino to the water, mix it up, and then add your ground bait and mix it to the consistency that you've seen on the video. Then you're ready to go. And for me, I would prefer to spend my money on quality bait and catch more fish than look really good. And those who know me know that when I'm fishing, that my tackle never looks really good, but my bait is always first class.